Alright, wrench and screwdriver method for removing the knock sensor. Again, bolts right there. You know, lower intake manifold, upper throttle body. Alright, so you're just going to need yourself a ratchet wrench works best. This is a snap-on. It's a lot longer than most other ratchet wrenches that I've seen. But with this one you get a lot better leverage. Here's a standard Craftsman compared to the snap-on. You can see the snap-on's about 1.5 inches longer. Either one will work. Really, not neither one is better than the other. So there's the bolt, and there's the wrench. Okay. Yeah. So first, you want to make sure that you put the wrench in, so it'll actually, if you use a ratchet wrench, so it'll loosen the bolt. Because you'd be pissed off, you put it in there, get it all nice and situated, then you realize it's facing the wrong damn direction. Been there many times. So take it. Stick it in here like this, since shouldn't need directions for that. There's the bolt. Still kind of focusing on the bolt. See the bolt there. And then you're just using your fingers to move the wrench around until success. The wrench is now, the head of the wrench is now on the bolt, obviously. And again, I haven't seen many 6-point ratchet wrenches, but if you have a 12-point ratchet wrench or using a 12-point regular wrench, what you're going to want to do is make sure that the ratcheting part is fully engaged on that bolt. It's not, cocked off at an angle or something. Because again, you'll round off the head of the bolt, and that's not a good thing, especially not where that is. So, alrighty then. Camera's about to fall to the tripod with 2 usable legs. That makes any fucking sense. Okay, here's the head of the wrench. Again, here's the end of your upper intake. Your throttle body is right here and whatnot, fuel rail. What you're going to want to do, take a screwdriver, something that's got some heft to it, not heft, but something that's kind of thick. You won't, flex or bend easily. And really, when you get this done, you're going to want to align the wrench right here. You want to line it up so the head is right around. Give myself a pointing device. So the head lines up with, son of a bitch, one of these protrusions in the casting of bell housing, or really anything that's there that you can get some leverage against, probably with a screwdriver. I could use a pry bar. Might be tough getting it in there and around all the other crap that's in the way. If you're trying to get the wrench out and it will not pull out, you're probably pulling on the end too much, on the open end, which you don't want to do, because then it just kind of snags on that bolt. A magnet really helps there. So again, you see where it's just shy of that protrusion. It's a lot easier with the ratchet wrench, obviously. The regular wrench, you'll have to take it off and move it and see if it's right. And if it's not, do it again. Okay, it's just about good. No, it's way too far, but I think I can. Yeah, you see I have it. Oops. I forced the screwdriver in there into a little protrusion there, and it may not want to work actually. I'll try for the pry bar. Maybe this pry bar is easier, more or less. Just gotta make sure that you don't pop the wrench off. Okay, see, there it goes. But the screwdriver is just about the same way. Pry bar having the angled ends and all, it makes it a lot easier to get in there. Yeah, basically you just want to get the screwdriver in one of these protrusions and force it over the best you can. You got an angle like that and force it over. That's the way I did it when I first did mine. I believe the shorter wrench comes down to, you can't really see it, but there's a little hole in the block right down here. That's perfect for getting a wrench in there, or getting a screwdriver in there to do it. Where is this hole right here? You get a screwdriver in there, you get good leverage back and forth. That's if you're using the shorter wrench. I'm interested now, I'm intrigued. I believe that's how I did it back in fucking 06. Let's see. And again, that's, you know, it won't come out if you, son of a bitch, if you yank on the end too much. So just use a magnet and pop right off. 20 minutes. So, Craftsman, you don't want it so the end is angled. The open end is angled upwards, not downwards. Downwards will never get on it. Like that. And that's one off. So remove it. Move the tube over. Of course I can't, so kind of lined up there. And again, using that hole that's in the block, the block, or actually you can stick it further down and get a lot more leverage. You just push it and it loosens up. And that's the easier way, in my opinion, if you don't mind getting your hand a little dirty and getting a little, possibly a little more cut up, especially if you don't use a ratchet wrench. But yeah, you don't lose a lot of torque that way. You actually gain more. You're getting a lot of leverage on it. Versus using the swivel on the ratchet, which you lose a lot of torque, especially at that kind of an angle. I believe that would be a very oblique angle, but who the hell knows? So yeah. After you get that bolt loose, if you have a ratchet wrench, obviously try to spin it all the way out as far as you can. Otherwise, just reach in there with your hand and spin it like I showed. It's not that hard of a thing to do. Pull it out, you don't put it back in, and it's basically the same as using the ratchet, just not, but that makes sense, really. Yeah, so, besides the parts I didn't show, like removing the intake, all that crap, this is how to remove and replace the knock sensor in your 4th gen Maxima, using either the wrench and the screwdriver technique, or pry bar, whatever, or using a ratchet, extensions, and a swivel.